That's more like it. The Dons got back to winning ways against Ross County on Saturday. We hear from Derek McInnes and Greg Leigh post-match. And we have news on a long overdue inductee in the Scottish Football Hall of Fame. All this and more with me, Graeme Mackay, on the AFC Donscast on Tuesday, the 3rd of September. Straight to Saturday's game against Ross County, and 2 goals in 2 minutes in the first half from Greg Leigh and a penalty from Sam Cosgrove and a third from Ryan Hedges made it a convincing win for the Dons. Scott McKenna and Shay Logan were ruled out for this one due to injury. Shay had a minor operation for a groin problem earlier in the week. That meant we only had 4 fit defenders available with no defensive backup on the bench. Aberdeen started as they meant to go on though and were dominant in the early stages of the match. A goal was coming, it was just when, and that fell to Greg Leigh from a Hedges curling cross in the 34th minute, and he fired it home to put the Dons ahead. 3 minutes later, Aberdeen were awarded a penalty after Lewis Ferguson was brought down in the box by Ross Laidlaw. Sam Cosgrove stepped up to take the resultant penalty and slotted home his 10th goal of the season. Just shortly after the start of the second half, the Dons went further ahead after a fantastic McInnes cross from the left towards the back post, and Ryan Hedges came in from the right to score from close range. Ross County were awarded a penalty after a Ross Stewart shot hit Funso Ojo's hand. Ojo was booked, but Billy Mackay missed the penalty, hitting the right-hand post, and the ball went wide. Having gone into this game having not scored a goal in our last 2 league outings and having posted our biggest league win since January, we go into the international break on a high. Let's hope that will continue when we return against St Johnstone mid-September.
3 goals and a clean sheet, a good afternoon's work.
Absolutely delighted for my players. I think they deserve a lot of credit. We spoke last week about the lack of intent, the lack of quality in the forward areas, the lack of movement, and I felt we got that today. And I think the quality of the goals, I think you asked for your wide players to contribute with assists and goals, and we got that from Niall and Ryan. I thought both of them supported Sam Cosgrove very well today. But we also had those driving, penetrating runs from Bryson and Ferguson, asking the question of their midfield, and that's what it needs to be here. We have to go and be far more proactive with our work and ask the question. And I thought everything last week when we were a bit safe and pedestrian with our possession work, I thought we were the exact opposite today.
Greg, it's a happy camp, we can tell. It's always good to win 3-0, but to play as well as we did, adds a wee bit of icing to the cake, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we came out here wanting to just put a performance in. After the last 2 games, we weren't so happy with it as a team, and the gaffer weren't happy with it. So to come out, put a performance in, and get the win is exactly what we wanted.
First goal, talk us through it. It was obviously a free kick worked in the training ground.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair there, we worked on the free kick. I actually wasn't supposed to be forward for it. But then they left. I think they left one person forward from their side, so I just sort of stepped forward. But yeah, I don't know if I hit it as clean as I'd like, but it's gone in the back of the net, so that's the main thing, innit?
Elsewhere in the Scottish Premiership on Saturday, Motherwell ran out 3-0 winners against Hibs at Fir Park with 2 goals in the last 10 minutes sealing the win. Livingston continued their unbeaten start with a 2-1 victory against St Mirren, and George Oakley bagged a brace as Hamilton earned a 2-2 draw at Tynecastle, while Kilmarnock's 1-0 win against St Johnstone means Saints are now bottom of the table. On Sunday, Rangers and Celtic were in action at Ibrox. Celtic ran out 1-0 winners. Aberdeen under-18s continue their winning form, coming out 3-2 winners against Celtic at the Balmoral Stadium on Friday, with a hat-trick of penalties for Conor Barron to celebrate his 17th birthday. That comes off the back of a 4-0 win against Hibs the week before in the Club Academy Scotland 18s League. There's no stopping the Aberdeen women after they won 5-0 against Backen Ladies on Sunday with a hat-trick from Hutchison and a goal each from Jameson and Shore in the SWFL Division 1 North at Lawsondale. Stevie May has finally joined St Johnstone, having fallen out of favour at Pittodrie. The long drawn-out on-off saga finally came to a conclusion on Thursday last week after he signed a 2-year deal with the option of a further year. A £400,000 signing from Preston North End in 2017, he returns to his boyhood club, having had his Aberdeen contract cancelled. And that ultimately was all the transfer activity for Aberdeen ahead of the transfer window closing last night. That means 12 players came in, 12 went out, and 5 players went out on loan. Aberdeen's mobile ticketing trial is continuing this season and was in operation for the first time for the match against Ross County at the weekend. Season ticket holders in the Richard Donald and main stands have access to the service using Apple or Android smartphones that have NFC capability and the Apple Wallet or Google Pay apps. To take part, you should have received an email from Aberdeen Football Club to add your season ticket to your phone. For those already registered in the trial, you'll need to delete and add your new season ticket back onto your phone. Season ticket holders in the Merkland and South stands should have access to the service over the next few weeks, and individual match tickets should be available by the end of this year. Aberdeen fan Andy Reid shared a spectacular model of Pittodrie Stadium using 3,000 Lego bricks on social media last week. The entire structure was built over a number of months, which cost more than £500. He doesn't intend, however, to build a replica of the new Kingsford Stadium when it's built, saying the project to build Pittodrie turned out to be more expensive than he thought. And a few weeks ago, Ian Cameron, who runs the Dandy Dons website, launched Gothenburg 83, the book. Ian had, through his website and social media, collected stories and photos about that magical time for their club in 1983, and it's all been collated in a 112-page ebook that's available to download from his website for free. If you haven't already downloaded, and I recommend it, you can download it at his website, thedandydons.com.
Tuning in to the AFC Donscast each week.
Couldn't be easier. We're on all the popular platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and Stitcher. And on the web at our website, afcdonscast.co.uk. Catch us on the big screen via Apple TV and on the road via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Got a smart speaker? Just say, play AFC Donscast.
One podcast.
Listen everywhere, every Tuesday evening from 8.
Aberdeen legend King Joey Harper will be inducted into the Scottish Football Hall of Fame. Joe made his senior debut for Greenock Morton not long after his 16th birthday against Partick Thistle, which saw the start of a prolific run of form that saw him snapped up by Aberdeen for a reported club record fee of £400,000. Joe went on to score a club record 205 goals and win every domestic honour with the Dons. The long overdue accolade will see him officially inducted at a dinner at Hampden on Sunday, the 27th of October. And some exciting news that Sir Alex Ferguson will be the guest of honour at the opening of our new training complex at Kingsford on Thursday the 31st of October. Cormac Park was recently named in honour of Vice Chairman Dave Cormac and his contribution to the project. Tickets for our league match at home against St Johnstone on Saturday the 14th of September and our League Cup match against Hearts at Tynecastle on Wednesday the 25th of September are on sale now. You can order tickets for both matches online at afc.co.uk/e-tickets or by telephoning the ticket office on 01224 63 1903. Mikey Devlin has been added to the Scotland squad alongside Sheffield Wednesday's David Bates. The defensive duo were called up by Steve Clarke after Norwich City's Grant Hanley and Wednesday's Liam Palmer pulled out through injury. The duo will compete with Wigan's Charlie Mulgrew and Liam Cooper of Leeds United for a start in both our Euro 2020 qualifier matches against Russia this Friday and Belgium on Monday. Kick-off in Glasgow is at 7:45pm for both matches, and tickets are still available for the games via the Scottish FA website. The annual AFC Big Supporter Survey deadline has been extended to midnight on Sunday the 8th of September. This is the second year of the survey, which analyses views on a number of subject matters to do with Aberdeen Football Club and Scottish football. We need as many responses as possible to get a valid representation across the Aberdeen support, and at the same time you can also enter our prize draw to win a home or away shirt for taking part. You can complete the survey online at invernessreds.co.uk/AFC 2019. And the AFC Donscast is going to take a wee break for the international matches coming up, and I'll be back following the St Johnstone match on Tuesday the 17th of September with the AFC Donscast then. If anything happens between now and then, we'll rock out with a special AFC Donscast, and you can also follow all the latest Dons news online at invernessreds.co.uk or on our social media on Twitter and Facebook. Just search for us using Inverness Reds. Thanks for taking time out to listen in this week, and we'll catch you back here on the 17th. Till then, thanks for listening and stand free.
That's all for this week from the AFC Donscast. Why not download and listen to the Here We Go AFC podcast? Discussion, reaction, interviews, and special guests made by Aberdeen fans for Aberdeen fans. Tune in now for the latest episode.